Hello and welcome back. And we're going to continue with our relief carving here of the crow by putting in our, again, stop cuts all around the perimeter of our drawing. I'm holding this at a rather awkward angle for myself, but only because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing here. The area that's going to be our background here, other than the image of the crow to give us a sense of perspective. Again, I'm using my standard X-Acto blade. And the one thing I love about X-Acto blades is they're very sharp. And even though you can sharpen them when they get dull, but because they're so cheap, it's easy just to replace the blade, and then you're always guaranteed you've got a sharp blade to work with. Be careful when you're cutting in around your design not to go on an angle in. You want to make your cuts as straight as possible. Once we reach the depth that we want, then we'll be angling in afterwards for our undercutting. Going with the grain, I just want to take this border down somewhat. These are some micro tools that I picked up at a local carving supply store. These are absolutely invaluable for getting into hard to work areas. And they're also wonderful for texturing. So now I'm going to start adding some detail to the crow. What's important here is we need to determine our high points and our low points. And for this I'm using several various sources, one of which is this book here, Birds of North America. It's important just to study the anatomy of the subjects that you're going to be carving. Some sanctuaries will allow you to go in and take pictures when it's not busy. Now we're just going to round off, and I need to flip this around. I'm just going to start by rounding off our beak. And head. Now if you look on the photos, there's a bit of a hood that comes down here, so I want that area to be a bit higher. Gonna make a stop cut around where our eye is going to be. Here as well on the beak, we've got an area that is slightly raised. It's just a grouping of feathers that come down over the beak. We want that higher than the rest. Because they're feathers, we don't want the edge to be perfect here. We want it to look a little rough and feathery. But we'll come back in later and do that. Again, we're going to rough up this edge here. Because it wouldn't be perfectly straight.